Hello everyone. Today 8th of July, very chilly morning. I am here between Tamworth and Narrabri. This place is about half an hour away from Canada. So here we have got two trials and I'll show you. First one is we call it double knock, but before that I just want to show this. This is actually a weed. This is called ryegrass, and you can see its leaves are actually shiny if you can observe them. So ryegrass is Australia's #1 problematic weed, and it causes about 90 or almost $100 million every year to the Australian grain growers, and that includes a cost of its control as well as yield losses due to this one. So you can see we have planted here, but so dense there, and if you see distance, that's actually ryegrass. That's another trial. But before that, before we go there, I want to discuss about this trial. So what happens here, mostly these growers, as I mentioned in the past, these are no-till growers, or they don't cultivate. So it means before planting their crop, they need to control these weeds, because weeds are growing throughout the year and they can't really just go and conduct tillage to control these weeds. So there are options, herbicides options, then only. Now mostly glyphosate, because it's really pretty good product, and it's not really that expensive, so farmers are usually use a lot of this glyphosate. But because of continuous use, many weeds have evolved resistance to glyphosate, including this one, ryegrass. It has evolved resistance. So this particular trial we actually planned. We here call it double knock. It's like a sequential herbicides, but when we say knock means killing completely, not really residual effect. So here first we spread this whole trial, this one we call it double knock ryegrass trial, with glyphosate, and then we came with different options, and paraquat is really I think the main option. But what's happening now in Australia, just last week or 2 weeks back, our APVMA, Australian Pesticide and Veterinary, there's an agency where they approve herbicides. They have actually cut down or restricted its use, paraquat. But this trial was planned before that, so we need to find what are those options if we lose that paraquat. So here what we did then, the first knock was, or first application was with glyphosate, everything, and we assume and expect that this ryegrass is resistant to glyphosate. So then we come with the second knock after 7 to 14 days. That's the recommendation. You can come and apply this paraquat. And also in our case, what we did, we actually added group 14 herbicides, and these are actually now used I think more commonly in Australian systems. And those some of those herbicides, they are what you call that flumioxazine. They provide some little bit residual activity, but also kill completely at the same time. And then in others we actually added some pre-emergence. So here farmers, so that they don't need to go with multiple passes, so they actually mix some of those ones. So we mixed pre-emergence herbicides also, including, for example, pyroxasulfone or bixlozone and all those different options. So I don't want to go in herbicide details what we used, but what I want to show here, that we applied here paraquat. For example, this one, this particular one was applied with paraquat, and we added somewhere. So if you see these previous old ones, these ones, that's all residue of ryegrass. Actually this kill was provided by paraquat. And if you see in others, some new are coming. Now if you just, I am comparing this one, that's paraquat by itself, but here we added another product. So here I see that it's some of these ones are really really clear, these clean plots. But here when we applied only paraquat, what happens because of this emergence pattern in ryegrass? See, these are all green ryegrass coming. If you see the old ones, yeah, I think in this shadow it's clear visible. So this is old ryegrass. We applied paraquat, it killed that one. But let me share this also. And if you see here, that's a wheat crop planted, but here these are all ryegrass emerging. So if you have only paraquat, which does not have any residual activity, so then these weeds will keep emerging. That's why what we did here, for example, it was paraquat by itself, but then we added another one residual herbicide, trifluralin or Avadex here, or in the second plot where we had paraquat plus pyroxasulfone. And if you see here, what the idea is that paraquat will kill already emerged plants, which killed, you can easily see there. But I don't really see any new emergence, and that's what, because that pyroxasulfone actually provided residual activity. So that's the idea of this trial, that rather than going with different herbicide, different passes, it will increase growers cost. If you see, they have got really big area, they can't really just keep running tractor. And also here we recommend about 100 liter water per hectare when they spray, but farmers are very limited options. So with water, so sometimes they go only with 50 liter per hectare, or sometimes 40 only. Okay, so that's what is happening. So this trial is again, I will come maybe after 10 days, take its data, because at the moment crop is still emerging, and also we will find out effect of some of these residual herbicides on crop toxicity, especially like when we have trifluralin or cimethyline. So these are some herbicides. Here we do not have like an untreated control in this one, because I think if it's resistant to glyphosate, we applied paraquat only. So that's what, otherwise growers don't really like that, that type of patch they may not like. And also we have to terminate these trials after taking data for the first 4 weeks or 5 weeks after spray, or we have to spray something to control this weed, otherwise they will set seed, and which is not really good. And I think then farmers won't appreciate if we do this thing. All right, I think maybe after 10 days they will grow a little bit bigger, and I will try to take drone image, and then I'll explain more. Thanks.